Here we are today in the middle of an incredibly large solar array, which is part of an energy assurance initiative that we've worked for the past couple of years with the Army and Fort Hood specifically. And today we're cutting the ribbon to commence operations of the solar array itself. And in this case, I have the opportunity to represent not only DLA Energy, but all of DLA, which is, of course, America's Combat Support Agency.
So this has been about a 4.5-year venture, actually. So it was back in spring of 2013 when we talked with the Army Office of Energy Initiatives about what would be possible, and it was developing an idea and eventually got to the point where we were able to go through the Defense Logistics Agency and actually do the acquisition and contracting and select a partner, and that process went through and Apex Clean Energy was selected. Corps of Engineers helped us with navigate through some of the real estate that's required to pull this together, and of course Apex constructed all these solar panels and the wind turbines and to get us to the point where we are today.
A project of this size and this importance really requires a partnership and capabilities that we don't have resident on Fort Hood. We clearly could not have pulled this off by ourselves, and really appreciate DLA Energy getting the right people to the table, keeping the energy behind it to get this project done.
Our role in this is we start at the beginning working with the services, in this case it was the United States Army, and we become the acquisition agent. So we bring in our expertise in contracting, our knowledge of the energy sector, whether it's conventional or renewable energy, and then we begin to work with them side by side from that point on, not only through the contract completion in terms of the construction and reaching a point that we are today, but we continue to manage that contract throughout the life of its contract, which in this case will be a full 30 years.
This is a great project. It's the largest project in the Army. I think it's probably the largest in the Department of Defense. What's important about renewable energy is the fact that it's on-site energy generation. And when renewable energy is combined with combined heat power, generators, and cyber-secure microgrids, we build resilient installations. And that's what we want to have, is installations that are resilient and capable of meeting their mission against a variety of threats, man-made or natural.
This part that we're looking at right here is 15 megawatts of solar, and so that's 63,000 solar panels that are laid out on 132 acres of land, and so it's hard for people to understand. So we like to say that's 100 football fields with end zones worth of solar panels, and so that's generating electricity from the sun. And then out in West Texas, a little bit northeast of Lubbock, Texas, we have 21 wind turbines, big, huge wind turbines that are generating electricity from the wind. And that electricity we're able to purchase along with this solar to provide over the course of the year about half of the electricity for Fort Hood.
The idea is you have to make sure that you always have energy available. There's a lot of threats out there. They can come from natural disasters. Clearly Texas has their fair share of those. They can also come from malicious actors in the form of a cyber attack or something like that. And they have the proven technology, or in the case of a natural disaster, the ability to disrupt or destroy a power grid for extended periods of time. And that's something that certainly as members of the Department of Defense, in this case is the Army, we just can't have that. The installation always has to be able to execute its mission, and without electrical power it can't do that.
The beauty of this project is there's no upfront cost to the Army whatsoever. Apex Clean Energy not only built this, the wind turbines and all the solar panels, but they also raised the capital for private investment. And so they raised the money, and in the end they're going to own and operate this infrastructure, and then they're going to sell the electricity back to us over what's called a power purchase agreement. So no upfront cost, other than I tell people a little bit of sweat equity by our team.
Anytime we can save millions of dollars that we can put toward training and get after General Milley's #1 priority, which is readiness of our combat formations, then that's always a good thing.
A project like this is not possible without tremendous hard work and teamwork across the board from lots of individuals and lots of organizations, and frankly it's been my privilege to be part of that over the last 4.5 years. So very, very proud of the team, and very exciting day for Fort Hood.